This story took me by surprise. Honestly, I don't think anybody expected this. Like nobody. Naughty Dog has been working on an unannounced game for 3 years, it's claimed. Unannounced game for 3 years. Not a remake, not a remaster, but something new. And allegedly, this is being directed by the same guy that directed The Lost Legacy. If you know him, Sean Escague, I think is how it's pronounced. But he is one of the head honchos over at Naughty Dog. He worked on The Lost Legacy. And then after that, of course, he helped with The Last of Us Part 2 and then the online project. But after that, like, he's been working on something. And it seems like he's potentially, maybe, allegedly been working on a new separate game from them. So, as you can see, in a recent claim from an insider might point to Naughty Dog working on something else in secret other than Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Per a recent report, it seems Naughty Dog has a game in the works that has been taking shape for more than 3 years, and it's being led by Sean Escague, who formerly directed Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. The claim that Naughty Dog is working on an unannounced game that has been in development for 3 years comes from Daniel RPK. The report was posted on their Patreon, which is paywalled, and since shared more publicly by the Game Post. It reads, Naughty Dog has a second project, Not The Last of Us 3, directed by Sean Escague. It's been in development for 3 years now. Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann explained after his "Don't Bet on It" comments that even The Last of Us 2013 felt so definitive that he didn't foresee making a follow-up title. We may see The Last of Us Part 3 in the future, but like the man said, it would need the stars to align for it to happen. So basically, like, this whole article is basically just quoting this one line, and then there's nothing else. There's been rumors recently regarding a game starring Cassie Drake, Nathan Drake's daughter in the series, which if you played Uncharted 4, you saw her at the very end, which is possible. I didn't realize this, but apparently Cassie was played in previous titles by Caitlin Dever, who's now playing Abby in the HBO show. Who knew? Small world, right? But I don't know. What do you guys think they would be working on? What would be a project that they would green light in like 2022 that's probably of like a Lost Legacy size? I'm not sure. I mean, they've said a few times that they're done with Uncharted. They've said a few times. A Chicken Run game? Dude, I would actually play the crap out of that. I love Chicken Run. That's a throwback, dude. Jack and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot or something. Maybe. I know some people think that would be like a magic pill for people if they went back and did like a modern Jack and Daxter. I'm not sure if that does as well as people assume. Like, I don't know. Especially with like the talent that Naughty Dog has, you know, it's not really their current thing. Jack and Daxter. No, I've seen people on X saying that's what they're doing. So I know you're joking about it. There are people who are saying that that's actually going to be what they do. Last of Us Online. Oh, like they still get it out? I don't think so. Because they said pretty definitively that they were shutting it down. I don't know. A golf all-star game starring Abby. Okay, that would be funny. Imagine if for like PGA Tour 2025, they have like the upcoming DLC character, Abby. Okay, that would be funny. That would be pretty funny. Joel and Tommy spinoff. I mean, so Iceman, I think that would probably make me the happiest. Unless it's a pirate game, then I'd be happy with that. Or a game set in ancient Egypt. But of the things that I think are right there, primed for them, I think doing a spinoff that is exploring Joel and Tommy's fight for survival from the time Sarah dies through the time he meets Ellie is right there. You can do the 4 seasons thing again, but it's basically every 5 years the game jumps. So each quarter of the game is a 5-year, happens every 5 years because it's 20 years between. I think it's such a no-brainer. People would love it. I think it would be easy. Could be easy for them to screw up too, to be fair, because let's be honest, they could do that. But it could also be something where they could tie in little tidbits from the show, because they might have flashbacks in the show to like that period. There's things they could do there. I think that could be easy. On the Uncharted side, I mean, I do think that it would be easy for them to do a little spin-off game in the Uncharted universe with Cassie. Like, I do think that could also work and be just fine. People love adventure games. They love the sort of archaeological mystery game. Indiana Jones just demonstrated people still love that. So I think there's the potential for that to be good as well. And I mean, I play the crap out of that. I love Uncharted. So I'm not sure. And honestly, I'd be more interested, I think, in a Cassie game than another like Chloe Nadine game. At this point in the console generation, what does Sony actually have to lose by releasing on Xbox, says ZG? I don't think they have anything to lose other than just pissing off a lot of their core fans who bought on PlayStation. Well, I guess they do have stuff to lose. It costs money to develop. So to develop on Xbox and on Series S, which is the big thing, I'm not sure if that's worth it for them. Because if all of their games are being developed for the PlayStation 5, the Series S is a good bit below that in terms of strength. So there'd be a lot more headaches involved with porting it there. So I just don't think they really are that concerned with it. I don't think they care. They're like, oh yeah, I don't even know if they turn a profit on it, frankly. Because if you want PlayStation exclusives, you probably already have a PlayStation. I don't think there's a secret huge audience on Xbox that will play The Last of Us if it's finally ported to the Series S. I think if you want The Last of Us, you probably already have a PlayStation. It's probably just not worth it. Why is the AI summary saying Joel is getting a spin-off soccer game? Is that what it says? Really? Dude, that's funny. The AI summaries are not always the best. That's funny. Oh, man. If they do a PS6 in 2028, this will be the worst console gen ever. Yeah. I've tried to like pause and be like, has this generation actually been hollow? Because it feels hollow, you know? I don't know. Like, maybe we do a poll. Maybe we do a poll real quick. I just want to know if you guys also feel this way. Has this generation been underwhelming? Because for me, it feels like there's been a few bangers, certainly. Like if you factor in games like Baldur's Gate 3, for example, Phantom Liberty, which was tremendous, KCD 2, games like that, which are amazing, you know, and I eat those up. I love them. In terms of new IP, I feel like there really hasn't been a lot, but yeah, Elden Ring. But wasn't Elden Ring cross-generational too? So even that is not really like that wasn't even a current gen thing. Because wasn't it the case that like Elden Ring ran better on the PS4 Pro version of the game instead of the PS5 version? God of War Ragnarok, yeah, but even that was cross-generational. Because when I think of like generation, we've had some great games without a doubt, but I think of like this point in the PS4 generation, okay, we're in 2025, that would put us like early 2018, right? For similar position in the PS4 era. So by this point, we had like Uncharted 4, we had Bloodborne, Overwatch, there was something, Breath of the Wild, of course. And I guess we've technically had Tears of the Kingdom. I think maybe part of it is that we haven't had a ton of new IP. Maybe that's part of it. PC's benefited huge this gen. I think you're right. Absolutely.
Just Call Me Cannon donated $19.99 through Super Chat.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Luke, mentioning an Uncharted 5 game. In 2023, PlayStation released a live from PS5 trailer and at the 43-second mark showed a woman in a cave with a torch.
I remember that. Many speculated that was the next Uncharted game with Cassie. I do remember that, like us pausing that and looking at that clip and wondering what it was. It's possible that that's what they were working on, that's part of it. I don't know if that was ever debunked or if anybody ever figured out what that was, if that was like Tomb Raider or something else. But yeah, it's very possible. That's a good callback. That's a really good callback, especially tying into this. Wouldn't surprise me. I would be frustrated that they lied to us so much, that they were done with Uncharted only to go back to Uncharted like literally as their next game, because it probably launches before Intergalactic. Because remember, they did Uncharted 4. They said we're done with Uncharted after The Lost Legacy, which was like 2017, I think. They said we're done with Uncharted. They released Last of Us Part 2, and their next original game is probably an Uncharted game, or potentially an Uncharted game, which would just be funny because they were so insistent they were done with it. He took my thing.